This is the first video in a series of videos where we are reviewing a new web-based software offering from Austin Innovative in Austin, Texas. When we say software offering, this is a subscription service, which is a series of branded websites around service companies. And a service company being one like air conditioning and refrigeration, insurance, field estimating, pest control, plumbing, painting, mobile pet services, mobile installation services, tree services. Well, actually any service company that has a fleet in the field could benefit from such integration. And when I'm talking about integration, this is a fully branded site against the service company that integrates Google Maps, Google Calendar, and provides an Android-based application where jobs and schedules all trickle down to the devices. And this would be quite handy, and we're going to get into the review thereof shortly. What we have in our review is a site where the customer data has been implemented into the framework provided by the software service, and that data has been brought in and the branding has been brought in, and what we have is a web address and login and password where once we get logged in, we're actually running Chrome here in full screen mode, and we've got a large Google Map viewer on the right. We've got a series of color swatches over here that correspond to a Google Calendar. And when I say Google Calendar, I mean all of the individuals who do service for Aztec in this case. This is Aztec Organic Pest Service in Austin, Texas. Each technician has a color and an initial, a unique identifier, that they can be seen on the back office application as well as on the schedule themselves. And our illustration today is just to show how these things are integrated together. So we have a job list, and this would be all the open jobs for July the 23rd, and we want to see all of those jobs, how they're laid out on the map. We can actually use the viewer to get right down into the map and see if it's important. We can go down to the street level for street level photography and see our subject, hopefully, down in here, where this is going to be important sometimes, but it's available, so this is not any extra burden to development. This is a function of what Google provides, and we really like that. When we go back over to the calendar, we can see this gray guy corresponds to these three items that are gray for July the 23rd. And why I bring that up is if we look down on the actual Android application, we can see, doubtfully you can see it there, but the July 23rd items are at the top. There's three of them, and it shows all the information that we have in the back office piece over there under open, and also onto the map itself. And I'll bring this back out, where we can see what are G's jobs for today, and he's got three, and this is where they fall. So we feel like this is a rich integration point for the application, and evidently it's a framework that fully brands the customer data and brings that in, and it can also interface directly with a CRM package like Microsoft Dynamics or other customer retention management software, or it can actually start with tabular data such as that in a CSV file to bring into the application and use. The geocoding services we saw are integrated from Texas A&M, and that was on the banner when we first logged in. So another rich feature that we like is this look ahead, where we can actually see a subject property And once we've focused in on that, this would be the use case where a customer is called into the service company and they want to get a service. We can actually find their record or add it. Having found their record, we can see where they're located, and we can also see the landscape of other service providers and who might actually work to be hooked up to get that service. So we can get into adding a job later. But right now, this is centered around somebody calling into a call center and their information being looked up. And once they are looked up, they can actually be connected up with the service fairly easily. And it all starts with this search here, very strong. We really like the fact of seeing that guy and then seeing where other service providers might be, and lo and behold, there's somebody going to be in that area in the 215 to 345 range, so maybe we could get the customer to hook up the service before that time, shortly around the time when the technician would actually be nearby. This makes great sense, and it's not necessarily something that people can see easily without such integration. And we feel like this is a great strength that this product has so far. And also, we can see that focus is set when we get into a particular record for a customer. The non-meaningful areas are grayed out, and I can see this being helpful to focus attention on the task at hand. And every area seems to have a back, so if we get into a function and don't know where to go, we can always go back. So this is a 1,000-foot view of the software offering, which is a software as a service offering from Austin Innovative in Austin, Texas. And this offering is for service companies, and in this case our review takes place around the customer data implemented by this service for Aztec Organic Pest Service, a company in Austin, Texas. So this concludes video number 1.